Hey everyone, Chris Carr here. I am very excited today to walk you through our level up process as part of our Realtor partnership presentations. Now, the level up process, or the LUP for short, is going to allow you to take some time back, kind of focus on the activities that you should be doing, use our conversion ratios, and just create a more referable experience. So, I'm going to go ahead and walk you through in about 15 minutes our level up process. So briefly, first I want to introduce myself. I'm Chris Carr. I've been a licensed loan officer since 2015. Did some commercial loans back before that. So really been in the lending space since 2011. I've been buying properties since 2009 and bought over 100 houses and helped about 2,000 families experience home ownership. So I've been doing this for a little bit. Real estate has changed my life, has changed my family's life, has allowed us to uproot our family tree, replant it in an entirely different direction. And home ownership can create generational wealth that can change people's lives. And my passion is to help educate and advocate our borrowers through the home buying process to help build wealth for them and their families. Our level up process, we call, as a loan company, we call our daily success plan. It's daily activities that we do to be high producers and performers. So on Mondays, we typically do our realtor calls. That's establishing new partnerships like this one, touching base with our existing realtors, and just trying to build those relationships. Tuesdays, we do our just update calls. That's where we're going to notify every transaction partner throughout the loan process of where we're at, try to identify things before they come up, if they come up as roadblocks, to navigate through those gracefully. Wednesday, we call our past database. That's applications or closed loans. There's a certain way to do that, and I can teach that later on, but essentially we call 2 letters of the alphabet of their last name a week. We'll touch base with them 4 times a year if you do it that way, which is right about the sweet spot for farming or working your past database that you should be doing as well. Thursday is going to be our pre-approved calls, where we will touch base with the clients that are looking for a home that weekend and with the related realtor. That's our level up process, again called Daily Success Plan, or the DSP. Today, I'm going to focus on your level up process. So it consists of 4 C's. That's connect, contract, communicate, and commit. All right. So I'm going to go through each one of these for that day of the week and how they're related with, again, the 4 C's. Okay. So a little bit of background first. The level up process, okay, why we developed this. 90% of buyers say that they will use their realtor again. All right, 90%. So almost everyone has the intention of using their realtor again on the next purchase or transaction, okay? But only 12% do. Only 12% actually do. That's a NAR statistic, right? Only 12%. Why? Because they forget about them. They don't hear from them. They don't see marketing material. They're not on a newsletter. They're not getting touched on. So most realtors lack an effective follow-up process. They don't farm their database. They're looking out for the next thing. And they're also not asking for the business. So if you take a look at the bottom of the screen here, another NAR statistic is the conversion ratios. Okay. The highest conversion ratio is referrals, then past sellers, then past buyers. Those are your 3 highest conversion ratio clients right there. Okay. Those should be getting 80% of your attention, right? And that's what this level up process helps identify and fulfill. So the highlights: real estate professionals need a professional process, period. We're going to help take things off of your plate so you can focus on the next client, not this client. A good process instills confidence, right? So a good process to your home buyer, your first-time home buyer, any kind of home buyer really, knowing your defined process builds confidence in the person that you're speaking to, okay? We're going to show you how to have designed conversations that help, again, increase conversion ratios and set you up with a new way to say goodbye. Okay, a lot of realtors don't ask for the business. You can alter this however you want to feel best with your personality, but it's on the screen here. It says, hey, by the way, while I have you on the phone, if you know anybody looking to buy, sell, or refinance, can I count on you to send me their information so I can reach out and help them too? Okay, buy, sell, or refinance. Refinance, yeah, it could be for your lender. That could also be a cash out to buy more properties or investment properties, right? So that could be additional revenue for you as well. The goals of the LüP process, the level up process. So closing on time really, to me, is about a C plus, right? Like that should be a given. That's a little bit better than average. In it by itself, just closing on time is a C plus. Everyone should be able to close on time. That doesn't set you apart. Our goal is to turn one client into two. That makes an A plus loan in our book, right? If we can take the client that we work with together and turn that into two and give you one back, that is our end goal with every loan that we do. We close 1 out of every 4 loan applications. Okay, so between 25 to 33% historically. Again, I've done close to 2,000 loans. A pretty good metric there. We close about 25% to be safe, between 25 and 33%. Okay, if you are a great realtor and you're lucky, you will close 1 out of 10. Okay, let us help you increase your conversion ratios, because if we get them on paper, we're going to close 1 out of 4, right? Regardless of where they're at in the home buying or mortgage ready process, we're going to close 1 in 4. So the 4 C's, all right? The first C is to connect. This is the most important C, the most important stage of the level up process. So first, you don't ask questions you don't know the answer to, right? You want to have a guided conversation, being able to predict the statements that are made where you can have a solution for that situation, right? So you want to get yes answers to the questions that you're asking. Really not letting the buyer drive the conversation too much, but having design conversations where we can be the bad guy, right? You say yes. Hey, I've got a plan. You want to go look for homes? Awesome. Let me have my finance guy reach out to you. He's an expert. He's great at what he does, and he's going to make sure you're fully pre-approved, fully pre-underwritten, so that when we are ready to go look at homes, you can actually obtain that house and see you or your family in it, right? The last thing we want to do is get your hopes up where we go looking at houses, using our weekend time to go look at things you might not be able to actually afford or obtain. Let's talk to Chris and make sure that we're all on the same page to make sure we can make this a great home buying experience for you. And then let us do what we do, and we'll put them on some kind of campaign if they're not mortgage ready. If it's a credit solution, a judgment, a lien, income, additional applicant, let us figure out the solution. So I don't want to hear a ton of background when you refer somebody over. Let me build that rapport, right? So let me and my team build that relationship. The more time they spend with me, the more time they spend with you, the more likely they're going to be committed to both of us. Okay, so the time spent is going to gain commitment. We're also going to be able to see and build things from maybe a different perspective that could be advantageous to you or knowledge to you as well. Okay, more deals are won or lost over a few words, not a few dollars. Okay, going back to that design conversation thing. How you structure and how you guide someone through that decision process is very important. All right, don't filter anyone. Like I said, we want all of them. We'll put them in our database. Just send us the name, phone number. That's it. Maybe a brief background if you want, but not too much information. Again, let us gain that commitment so we can increase your conversion ratio. The next C is for commit. All right, commit, number 2. So this is where we're going to go through a loan consultation. We are going to get a commitment from the borrower to work with us, and we're going to send you back one of 3 different levels. So you're going to know right away, right? We get a call, or we reach out to them. We speak to them over the phone. We can pre-qualify them. We can get the documents that we need for a full pre-approval. There is a big difference. But level 1, right? That's going to be 800 credit, minimal debt, high income, high savings, good career, right? Those people go show a house tonight, right? They're ready. Number 2, they're going to need maybe a statement of service to get their COE eligible, or a DD-214 that they can't find that's in a filing cabinet somewhere, where it's not pulling from the VA system automatically or something like that. We're going to need co-borrowers' pay stubs because there's variable pay and they received a bonus 2 years ago, not 1 year ago, or something like that. So we just need some work to be able to fine tune the file and get an eligible loan. So give me a few days on the level 2s, right? Level 3, these ones might be a little bit more out, right? They're credit challenged, they're indecisive, they can't find documentation, bankruptcy documents, court ordered child support. They're petitioning the support order and the dollar amount that they're paying monthly, something like that, and they need that to qualify. Those ones are going to take a little bit longer time, but let us follow up with them, and we'll send them back to you when you're ready again, so you can focus on the next client. So like I said, we call pre-approved clients every week on Thursdays. We're going to touch base with them. We're going to address any questions or concerns that might come up, perform an agent uplift, right? Talk you up, make sure they understand the value in you that you're providing and bringing to the table. Future cast them, make sure, they can envision the homes that they're looking for, the areas that they're looking for, just help a little bit with that progression and psychology and comfort. Also let you know if something comes up, like, oh, my aunt's sister's cousin had a FSBO, right? And I'm gonna text you, hey, you might want to reach out to the Smiths. They're talking about a FSBO, right? And then also reinforce the value of a realtor if that is the situation, right? Maybe your aunt's cousin's nephew, whatever, doesn't need an agent to sell, but you still should use your agent, right? A little bit of a side note here. Personally, I still buy properties, right, in this active market, and I use realtors, right? They're a layer of protection, of guidance, of support, of local knowledge and influence, and can guide you really, really well through the home buying process. I know a little bit more about the average person when it comes to buying a home, having bought over 100, but most of the time I still use an agent, and I encourage our borrowers to do so. Okay, we're going to do what's called 2-touch communication, or touch the lead, touch the partner. Every time we update them, we'll give you a little bit of an update as well, just to make sure everything's full circle, everything's out there, circle of truth. We've got it all in the bag, and we're all on the same team. The 3rd stage is going to be contract, right? The 3rd C is contract. Okay. This is where we call every party every week. So you're not having to come to us. Hey, what's going on with that loan? I haven't heard about this in 2 or 3 weeks. Are we still going to close on time? Are we locked? Is the appraisal ordered? Right? We're going to be proactive in the process to notify you, the listing agent, the buyer's agent, the buyer, the co-borrower, title company, insurance, appraisal if we can. Whatever parties are involved in the transaction, we're going to give an update. Okay. And we're going to let them know, hey, we're on track for a smooth and simple closing. If we do foresee anything that may become an issue that we can predict, we're going to give the agents a heads up on that. Obviously, the buyer's agent privy to the most information, but we're going to go ahead and communicate things that we think might become an issue with you representing our borrower, so we can navigate them potentially, even if it's a low risk or low chance scenario. Okay. Again, doing the agent uplift on the calls, we're going to let them know, hey, they're doing a rock star job for you. They're doing fantastic. You're in good hands. Make sure you pay attention to the deadlines. Anything loan related, please throw it back to us. We're going to set those expectations with, the next steps in the home loan process. from processing, underwriting, clear to close, closing, post-closing, everything like that. And then we're also going to set the expectation, the reminder that we're going to call next week, and we're going to ask for the business. Okay. Again, our main goal is to turn one working lead into two. Okay. So we're going to ask for referrals on your behalf, and any sale or purchase that comes from it will go back to you. The last stage of the 4 C's in the level up process is to communicate, right? This essentially is our past database or post closing process, right? We're going to call after 1 week and check in with them, see how everything went, how the move went, and we're going to ask not for a referral, we're going to ask for a review, not only on our behalf, but on your behalf as well. So, hey, Mr. Borrower or Mrs. Borrower, hey, if I just made it super, super simple for you and I texted you over or emailed you just a short link with a review, obviously we love the 5-star reviews. Just give us an honest review. Our realtor as well. It would just mean the world to us if you thought that we represented you well, provided value, any kind of resources. It would just mean the world to us if you could leave us a review. Okay. We're going to ask for adaptive feedback of the process. If they need anything else in the transaction with their new home, we're going to set the stage to call them once a quarter. Hey, we're going to check in with you every 3 months or so just to see how things are going, if there's anything that we can do to help, and also remind you of your annual mortgage review. Okay. We're going to try to identify any kind of life changes that could mean opportunities for listings, move up, buy downs, move ups, anything like that could be helpful to you. And again, all of those referrals will go back to you. So how do we level up our clients' well-being? Ultimately, that's our goal, right? How do we level up our clients' well-being? Every home that we help someone get into can create upwards of $100,000 of generational wealth. Sometimes 300, 400, 500,000, depending on how long they live in that property and where they're at financially beforehand. But we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars per customer. Okay. If 83% of personal wealth is stored in home equity at the time of retirement, home ownership becomes even that much more important. That's a real statistic. 83% of personal wealth comes from home equity at retirement. Okay. Like I said before, real estate has changed my life. I grew up extremely poor, never owned a home. This is the longest I've ever lived in a house, 4 years, anytime in my life. Okay. Real estate has changed my family tree forever, for generations. And my goal is to help other people do the same. Our ultimate financial goal is to help create $1 billion in household net worth. That's our goal, to help create $1 billion in net worth for our clients through smart wealth, mortgage, and financial decisions. And then lastly, I'm going to end with, we're going to offer a rate rewind all the way through 2024. So any loan that we do from now to the end of 2024, if there's a refinance opportunity where we can lower the rate, we're going to go ahead and do that for no origination and no underwriting. Okay. So we're going to honor any loan that we do from this point through 2024. If rates lower, which I believe they will in 2023 through 2024, if there's a refinance opportunity, we will do that loan for no origination and no underwriting. Okay. Again, our goal is to help people build wealth through real estate. And I appreciate your time walking through this level up process with us and how we can partner with realtors like you to help grow both of our businesses. Thank you.